Welcome back, everyone. Ready for another deep dive. Today, we're tackling Indian Railway ticket refunds. Let's be real, it's a system that can feel like its own mystery novel.
It definitely has its quirks.
But that's why you're here. We're diving into the rules, the scenarios, the whole shebang, so our listeners can navigate it all like pros. No more refund mysteries.
Exactly. And the first thing to remember, refunds really hinge on this thing called a TDR.
A TDR.
Ticket deposit receipt. Think of it as, well, without it, you're unlikely to see your money back. It's that important.
Okay, so TDR equals key to the refund kingdom.
Yeah.
Got it. But before we even get there, we got to talk ticket types, right? I mean, you've got I-tickets, e-tickets, confirmed, RAC, waitlisted. It's a lot.
It can feel overwhelming, that's for sure. Here's the thing to remember, though. What kind of ticket you got and when you hit that cancel button. Huge impact on your refund.
So the early bird catches the refund worm.
100%. The earlier you cancel, the less you lose in fees. Think of it this way. Get closer to your trip, those fees. They start looking like a cup of chai, then a full meal. Then, well, almost the whole ticket.
Ouch. So much for spontaneous train adventures in India. At least if you want your money back.
Spontaneity and refunds, they don't exactly go hand in hand with Indian Railways. Now, those I-tickets and e-tickets you mentioned, two sides of the same coin, but different processes.
Right, because I-tickets are those physical ones.
Exactly. Be ready for more trips to the station, more manual stuff. E-tickets are usually smoother, cancel online, track your refund digitally, all that.
Got it. So e-tickets, a bit more modern. But what about that moment where you're booking online, payment goes through, and then bam, no ticket?
The online booking gremlins strike again.
Uh-huh.
But good news here. Payment went through, but no ticket. You're getting a full refund. That includes the irctc fee, by the way.
Okay, that's a relief. So the system's got our back in those cases.
It does. But
And you knew there was a but coming, right?
always a but. Hit me with it. Those pesky bank charges. Yeah, might not get those back. It's a bit of a gray area, so don't bank on it, so to speak.
Good to know. All right, let's move on to something I think we've all faced. You've got that confirmed ticket, bags are packed, and then life happens. You need to cancel. What then?
That's when those cancellation charges we talked about,
Yeah?
they come into play. And remember, timing is everything. Cancel more than 48 hours before your train, small flat fee, wait till the last minute, you're saying goodbye to a big chunk of your fare.
So procrastination and Indian Railway refunds, not friends.
Not even acquaintances. And there's a point of no return. Cancel a confirmed ticket within 4 hours of departure, no refund, gone. And if you're holding an RAC e-ticket, that deadline's even tighter, only 30 minutes.
Wow. Talk about a race against time.
Tell me about it. So if you've got an RAC e-ticket and think you might not make it, hop online, cancel ASAP. Don't even risk it.
Don't even risk it. Okay, we've covered confirmed tickets. But what about those of us who live on the edge, the RAC and waitlist warriors? Can you even get refunds in those situations?
You can, but buckle up. The rules get even trickier. Only way to get a refund on an RAC or waitlisted ticket is to cancel a full 30 minutes before that train is scheduled to leave. And I mean 30 minutes before the train leaves the station, not 30 minutes before you think you need to be there.
Got it. No cutting it close with RAC and waitlisted tickets. But what about group travel? Say you've got a family trip. Some folks have confirmed seats. Others are stuck on RAC or waitlist.
The partially confirmed ticket conundrum. A recipe for logistical headaches if I've ever seen one. Here's the good news. If you need to cancel the entire ticket confirmed and RAC waitlisted parts, you can get a full refund, minus a small clerkage fee, as long as you do it online at least 30 minutes before departure.
Okay, so that's relatively painless. But what if some people with those confirmed seats want to go ahead with the trip, but the others, the RAC or waitlisted folks, decide to stay put?
That's when it gets a tad more complicated. To get a refund for those who didn't travel, you'll need a certificate from the ticket checker on the train confirming they didn't board. It's like your golden ticket to a refund in that scenario.
Another reason to be nice to your ticket checker.
Always a good strategy. Okay, imagine this. You're all set for your trip. And then the unthinkable happens. Your train gets canceled. What happens to your precious ticket then?
That's the stuff of travel nightmares. Please tell me there's a silver lining here.
There is. Confirmed or RAC e-ticket? Breathe easy. Full refund, head straight back to your original payment method. You don't even have to lift a finger.
Music to my ears. But what about our listeners who still love a good old-fashioned paper ticket? Those I-ticket folks.
For I-tickets, you'll need to make a trip to a computerized reservation counter within 72 hours of the train's scheduled departure. Physical ticket in hand, they'll process your refund the old-school way.
Another point for Teeny Ticket, it really does seem to streamline things.
Streamline's the right word, especially when it's the train itself causing the issue. And speaking of train troubles, let's talk delays. We've all been there, stuck at the station, wondering if our train will ever show up. But what happens when a delay throws a wrench in your whole trip?
Oh, don't even get me started on train delays. I once spent a whole night on a station platform because of a missed connection. But another story for another time, I guess. What does happen in those cases? Can you get your money back?
You can. But of course there's a catch. If the train's delayed by more than 3 hours and you decide to call it quits, you're entitled to a full refund.
Yeah.
But, and this is important, you have to file that all-important TDR online for e-tickets before the train actually departs. For I-tickets, it's a mad dash to physically hand in your ticket at the station before the train pulls out.
So even when it's the train's fault, you still got to be on top of things to get your money back.
Welcome to the wonderful world of Indian Railways refunds. Things are rarely simple. But hey, that's what we're here for, right?
That's what we're here for. Your personal guides to the wild world of Indian Railways refunds. We've covered the basics, cancellations for different ticket types, train cancellations, those dreaded delays. But what about the less common hiccups? What if you booked a specific type of accommodation and it's a no-show when you board? Or the AC goes kaput mid-journey. Can you even get refunds for that?
You're right. Indian Railways rules cover a surprising number of scenarios. And that's where things get really interesting.
Okay, you've got me hooked. Give us the lowdown on those unusual refund situations.
All right, picture this. You booked a cabin, for a little peace and quiet, but you get on the train and surprise, no cabin.
Ugh, that's the worst. Talk about a travel letdown.
Right, but the railways, they get it. If they can't give you the accommodation you booked, you're entitled to a full refund, no question about it. But, and there's always a but.
There always is. Lay it on me.
You've got to surrender your ticket within 3 hours of the train's departure.
That makes sense, though. Can't exactly ask for a refund a week later just because you didn't get the cabin you wanted.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, different scenario. What if you have to cut your trip short? Family emergency, or maybe, and this is a classic, the train's so delayed it throws your whole itinerary off. Partially used ticket, can you get money back?
Something tells me it's not as simple as showing them your half-used ticket and saying, half my money back, please.
You'd think, right? It's a little more involved. But good news, you can get a refund for a partially used ticket. Remember our friend the TDR?
I feel like I should have gotten a TDR tattooed on me by now.
Honestly, might not be a bad idea with these rules. So you'll need to get a TDR from the station master where you end up cutting your trip short. It's proof you didn't actually take that whole journey.
So it's like trading in your partially used ticket for a chance at a partial refund.
Exactly. And just like with cancellations, time is of the essence. I-tickets got to get that TDR within 3 days of the train's scheduled departure. E-tickets give you a bit more breathing room, 72 hours, to file your TDR online after the scheduled departure.
Okay, got it. Time crunches are a theme here, for sure. But let's talk about another travel bummer. AC failures. Ugh. Stuck in a stuffy compartment when you paid for cool comfort. Any recourse in those situations?
You bet. Indian Railways knows a non-functional AC can turn a journey miserable, especially in this heat. So AC's out for a good chunk of your trip. You can get a partial refund.
No, that seems fair. How do they even calculate that, though?
They look at the fare difference between the AC class you booked and the non-AC equivalent, but only for the part of your trip where the AC was kaput.
Makes sense. You're not paying for what you didn't get, although I'm sensing a but coming.
You know me too well. Documentation is key. You need proof that AC was actually busted, and guess who comes to the rescue again?
Ticket checker, hands down.
Bingo. Get a certificate from them stating the AC was down for the count. E-tickets. File that TDR online within 24 hours of getting to your destination. Then send the actual certificate to irctc.
It's official. The ticket checker is like the gatekeeper of refunds.
Pretty much. I-ticket holders, you'll send that original certificate straight to irctc. Now we've covered accommodations, partially used tickets, AC breakdowns. What about those times you book a higher class, but end up squished in a lower class because of overbooking?
Oh, the old bait and switch. Not a fun experience at all.
Nope, not at all. But you can get a refund for the difference in fare.
Well, that's good. You shouldn't have to pay for a higher class you didn't actually get to experience.
Exactly. And you know the drill. Got to have that proof. Ticket checker swoops in to save the day with a certificate. E-tickets, You'll file a TDR online within 2 days of getting that certificate and send the original to irctc.
And the iTicket folks, they're mailing that original certificate directly to irctc.
You've got it. Now, ready to dive into some of the more, shall we say, unique aspects of these refund rules.
Hit me. I'm on my way to becoming a full-fledged Indian Railways refund guru over here. All right, let's talk Tatkal tickets. Those are for when you need to book last minute, right?
Yeah, the express lane.
Right, the express lane, but they have their own rules, so...
Significantly.
What happens if you need a refund on a Tatkal ticket?
So Tatkal tickets are a different breed.
Okay.
They're kind of like the no refund zone,
Oh, really?
especially if you have a confirmed ticket and you just change your mind.
So you're really locked in.
Pretty much.
Wow.
Once you've got that Tatkal ticket,
Yeah.
you're committed.
Committed is a good word for it.
Yeah, the railways, they're pretty strict about it.
Okay.
The only exceptions really are if the train gets canceled
Okay.
or if they can't give you the accommodation you booked, like your confirmed berth disappears.
Yeah, right.
But
Just
otherwise,
let you out of luck. Pretty much.
okay, so yeah, those rumors about Tatkal tickets are true.
Yeah, for the most part.
Good to know.
Yeah. Now, this might seem obvious, but how long does it actually take to get your money back?
The million rupee question.
Right, exactly.
If only there were a straight answer.
Yeah.
It's like Indian Railways refund processing time.
Right.
It's as predictable as,
Or
well,
it's train schedule.
exactly.
Okay.
It depends on so many things. What kind of ticket,
Right.
why you're getting the refund. Did you do it online, offline?
Right.
Zonal Railways handling it?
It's like a whole other journey in itself.
It really is. It's a whole process.
So is there any, ballpark, though?
I mean, realistically,
Yeah.
for e-tickets, it could be anywhere from a few days to a couple weeks.
Okay.
See the money back in your account.
Okay, and what about iTickets?
I-tickets, they tend to take a bit longer
Yeah,
because there's more manual stuff involved.
makes sense.
So you can be looking at a few weeks, maybe even a couple months in some cases.
Wow.
Yeah.
Not for the impatient.
No, definitely not.
So anything people can do to speed up the process?
Filing your TDR online definitely helps.
Okay.
And like we've said before, give them all the information they need.
Right.
Clear, concise, accurate,
Yeah.
supporting documents, make their lives easier.
Right.
Things tend to move a bit faster.
Help us, help you, basically.
Exactly, exactly. And don't be afraid to follow up.
Okay.
Customer service. If you're getting concerned,
Right.
a little nudge never hurts.
A little nudge, yeah.
Sometimes that's all it takes.
All right, so before we wrap up our deep dive on Indian Railway ticket refunds, any parting words of wisdom for our listeners?
Well, I'd say, remember these rules.
Yeah.
They might seem complicated,
Mm-hmm.
but they exist for a reason.
Right.
It's to protect you as a passenger.
Okay.
And the railways as well.
Makes sense.
So it's about keeping things fair, transparent,
It's like a contract.
exactly
Exactly.
between you and the railways.
So it's natural to get frustrated when things go wrong.
But just remember these rules. They're not meant to be roadblocks. They're there to help everyone get back on track, so to speak.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Right.
And with a little knowledge, a healthy dose of patience,
Yes.
and maybe a sense of humor,
Always.
you can navigate these refunds like a pro.
Absolutely. Book those tickets with confidence. You got the inside scoop now.
You heard it here first. We've journeyed through the world of Indian Railway ticket refunds, cancellation charges, those TDRs, all those what-if scenarios. You are now armed with the knowledge to tackle those refunds head on.
It's been a pleasure really diving into this essential yet often overlooked part of train travel in India.
And we'll be back next time with another deep dive into a topic you probably didn't know you needed to know this much about. Until then, safe travels, everyone.